Chicken dinner back. Joe O, Sammy P. Sammy P. Thanks for holding down the fort while I was out. A few fresh episodes. Love to see that. I was boarding a plane. I'm like, wait, what's this notification? Artie laying on chicken dinner. I'm like, oh, good call. Good call. You didn't even tell me you were going to do that. So that was a pleasant surprise.
I didn't really think about it. It was sort of a thing that I had in the hopper a long time ago. I had chopped down the initial interview, which unfortunately you can't find anywhere because it was so long ago. And a lot of those early episodes got purged. But I had chopped up the original interview, which I want to say was 25 minutes. And if you notice on the latest rehash or whatever, it's only about 12 minutes. That's because we had to cut half of it out. we couldn't use a lot of it. You're just talking about like abusing drugs for half of the interview. So I thought, this was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I was going to use it and post it, and I just never did because I have this chicken dinner vault on my computer. And after Super Bowl, you were gone. I wasn't in the mood to do episodes. So I thought, let me just repop this Artie interview. Remember how many times, by the way, we had to call his house phone to get him on the show?
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
4 or 5 times.
And I remember the guy that set it up. You're like, just keep calling. He might pick up.
That's what I texted Dan, his handler at the time. And his response was exactly what you said. Just keep calling. He'll pick up eventually. Artie was great. And I'm sure you went back and listened since you had nothing but downtime. There was one point in the interview where he was like, wow, you guys are a tough laugh. Didn't we laugh like the whole time through? There was one point when our mics were off that we were probably laughing, but it wasn't on the air.
Right.
He was fishing for laughs like every line. And I was like, I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't all this smack up comedy.
Some people need that support. Like that's what he was used to in radio, where everybody's got an open mic the whole time. We were laughing. And I get his point because he can't see us. We were laughing, but we didn't want to be laughing over what he was saying. So there's that too. Like some people will go off mic and laugh a little bit as it's background noise. If you're laughing directly into the mic, then you can't even hear what the person talking is saying. So there's that too. I mean, now it's a little different. Interviews are rarely done over a phone like it was back then. It's Skype or how we're doing it in StreamYard or something like that. But yeah, no, that was a good idea. And I saw college baseball was done and the show with Corby. And I listened back to that after the weekend. And of course, after he gives out Duke 7-1 going into the weekend against Michigan, Duke pulls off that win. And then, okay, that number gets shortened significantly.
He liked Duke. In the game personally, I thought Michigan was the side. So I was hoping that Duke was going to lose. I wanted them to bloat a little bit more because coming into the game, they're 7-1. And Michigan, remember, Michigan got bet on Saturday. Open 2.5, got bet to 3. Some books went to 3.5. You're always going to write Duke money at the ceiling. So I think it closed about Michigan 3. I wanted Michigan to win selfishly because I was looking at the possibility of betting Duke at 8-1. Did you check the price this morning? Duke is plus 420, plus 425. They're the second favorite right now. So running to the Duke flag now, I guess, is not necessarily the greatest idea. I hope they slip up again. I hope they lose one of these remaining conference games. Maybe they get stung early in the ACC tournament. Don't really have a lot of interest in Duke short of 9-2. It's really a tough market because the 3 teams that everybody likes are now shy at 5-1. Coming into that game Saturday, it's all right, Michigan's 1, Arizona's 2. Now Duke's in there, and it's basically those 3 against everybody else. That would be an interesting market. I wonder what that price would be if we could get those 3, the big 3, against the field to win the title. The 3 would have to be favored. They'd have to be minus, I don't know, 300, minus 350 maybe.
Whoa, you'd make it that much?
Yeah, I think you'd have to. And at that point, I
bet you'll have something like that, the ones versus everybody else. And right now you would put UConn as the one. That's what everybody seems to have. It could change again. It probably will. It usually does in the last couple of weeks of the season. But I think you'll find that. Will a 1 seed win it? Yes, no.
Yeah, you'll see some interesting stuff for sure. Chris Andrews already put up some markets on the national title. Yeah, like those kind of creative markets where you get. Actually, I'm going to look up. Don't mind me. I have no mouse. I have no setup. I'm stranded in Florida, which we'll talk about in a second. And we got to get the Joe O Mexico story too. Chris Andrews. Oh, he put up which conference will win. I like that. So South Point has a prop. Big 12 is favored 7-5 to win the whole thing. Big 10 plus 170. ACC 4-1, and that's probably lower now because that was before Duke's win. SEC 7-1, Big East 9-1, West Coast Gonzaga 25-1, and then the field is 30-1. So you'll see more props like that. Of course, Chris has done that in college football, where they take 3 or 4 teams and then give you the field. I'm sure, given the landscape now, and now that Kalshi and Polymarket are involved, we're going to have so much to talk about when we get into March Madness.
Yeah, that's a good idea to do that, because unless your Illini can break through or something like that, you're not going to see 2 teams from any conference in the top 4 as far as ones. So
I'm going to blast them on Friday, I think. I fly back tomorrow so I can make – because I don't have an account down here. I mean, obviously I can make bets because I have different outs and things like that. But
can you do mobile betting there?
What they only have Hard Rock. That's the only.
You have to go there, or is that the only mobile betting?
No, I can go to Hard Rock, but the nearest Hard Rock is in Tampa. Actually, the one on the East Coast is probably technically closer because Tampa's like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I could probably get to the Guitar, where Uncle Kirk always goes. That's like Hollywood, Florida, but that's on the other side of the state. I don't have a Hard Rock account though. And I'm not going to I don't need to gamble that much. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either.
But also when I make future bets, I try to get a paper ticket because that's just the way I am. So I get back tomorrow, Thursday, and I'm going to make some bets for sure on Friday. But Illinois hosts Michigan Friday night. And I think you're going to see that game go off around a pick 'em. I'll probably make a sizable bet on Illinois Friday.
Okay. Very good. I mean, I've heard this conversation too, catching up on everything, and I think it's an interesting one. Like, is Illinois on your list of potential champions? Like, if you're making a group, however long it is, okay, obviously everyone's going to have the top 3 in there, and you should. And then after that, what other teams would you put in there? Would you put Illinois? Yes, of course, their defense is the question mark on this team, but I also don't think it's as bad as some are saying.
It's not great.
Yeah.
My big concern, and we talked about this with Corby, because Corby's a big Arizona guy. But granted, Corby told our audience to bet Arizona at 16-1 in November. So Corby's sort of tethered to Arizona, right? He's going to be an Arizona guy because he's got futures, and a lot of our followers have futures. But I brought up on the show with Corby on Friday, I think the Arizona and Illinois teams are similar in the fact that the one area of concern, at least for me, is the coach. Obviously, they can recruit. They get players in there. The players develop well. But the in-game stuff has always worried me with Brad Underwood. I mean, I remember when Porter Moser was at Loyola, and he just took Kofi Coburn out of the game. Illinois was the number 1 overall seed, and they went down in the second round of Loyola, an 8 seed or a 9 seed, because Underwood just got undressed on the whiteboard. It was tactical depression for any Illinois fan, because you're watching the game and you're like, oh my God, this is bad. I actually remember I bet Loyola in that game. And as an Illinois fan, like, it wasn't difficult for me to be like, oh, that's a big number. Because Loyola was catching 7 or 8 in the game. And I'm like, that's fucking insane. So I took the 8 or the 7. And then in the second half, Loyola was up. I'm going back years now. I'm going back 5 years. I think Loyola's up like 4. And you know what they did in the second half? They're like, Illinois -5, second half. I'm like, fire! like everybody's going to jump in on Illinois. Oh, all they got to do is win now. But that does concern me. Illinois, Underwood, Arizona, Tommy Lloyd. Those two guys I don't trust yet in terms of like making deep runs. We'll see. Maybe that's not fair, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, and it's certainly understandable. All right, you're watching us on YouTube. Subscribe. If you're happy we're back, give us a thumbs up. If you're not, screw you. Instagram at betchickendinner, Twitter at betchickendinner, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Give us a rating and a review. We appreciate it. And the plan is moving forward. We're back. Like, we're not just going to go away for a couple of weeks. We're going to go back to next week, at least a couple of shows per week, and we'll see what else happens. All right. Let's catch everybody up. What's been going on? Where are you right now? Why are you there? And I'll share my story as well.
Yeah, I'm much more curious about your trip because you never go anywhere. So you and the family got away, left the country, maybe at the perfect time considering how things have shifted. Well, I had a buddy who texted me last week. He sent me a picture of him wearing a red chicken dinner hoodie in a Mexican bar, and he's like, "They love the hoodie down here." I texted him back the next day. I'm like, "Bro, get out of there."
When was this? Last week?
He left. I want to say he left on Thursday or Friday last week.
Oh, like the worst time.
Yeah. So he got out though. He got home.
He did.
I mean, I don't have anything to do. Obviously, I can work from anywhere. I'm still writing for Fox. We're not doing a Bear Bets until early March. So had the ability to get down to Florida to see my parents. I try and get down here at least once a year. And I hadn't been here. I think I was here last April. So it had been almost a year. And we don't have any physical jobs to do. We can do the show. I mean, I'm sitting in my parents' living room right now. As you can, look at the fancy photos on the wall. So yeah, I got here a week ago today. I was supposed to leave earlier this week, but on Sunday night, we're at dinner because that's all you do down here is go to dinner. And I get a bzz, bzz. I look down and it says, "Your flight has been canceled." Well, Boston got hit again. We got hit about a month ago, really bad. We had 22 inches where I live. And I'm hearing it's worse. My buddy who lives in Swampscott got 30 inches. And it's snowing again right now in Boston. So I'm going to get home tomorrow, and I might not get into the house without a shovel. Luckily, the shovel's on the outside of the house, so I can maneuver that. But I'm stranded here, I guess, which is nice. Great to see your mom and your dad.
How many days was good?
Here, though, man.
After how many days were you like, I'm good?
There's nobody my age here. You know, I haven't seen a person under 50 since I've been here.
So you're being talked to like you're 10, probably, when people see you.
No.
Oh, Sammy. Oh,
everybody just walks up and pinches my cheeks.
Right.
I mean, all their neighbors. I mean, they live in a retirement community, you know. And I had breakfast yesterday with my dad and his buddy Tony. Tony's 92.
Oh.
But Joe, this guy.
I'm gonna be so gone at 92.
I hope I'm dead at 70. 92. Fuck off. Tony, though, before he's got to have knee surgery tomorrow. Tony, I'll give you the backstory. Tony is like Jack LaLanne. Remember Jack LaLanne? Jack LaLanne was like a not a bodybuilder, but he was like the token of fitness in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
This guy golfs 4 times a week. He still plays hard baseball. He's one of those guys. He is in better shape than you and me.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got to have knee surgery. And he's like, "Yeah, I can't fucking golf for 6 months." So I'm like, "Dude, I don't golf ever." But that's like, I'm having breakfast with people like that. I'm having dinner with my parents' friends. My brother is not here. So it's just like there's not a lot of people in our age range, put it that way.
And you think you're returning today?
Tomorrow. I'm supposed to fly Thursday morning. I should be back by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's been great. It's just also time to like get home, sleep in my own bed, see my friends, throw darts. I haven't seen a dartboard since we got here.
When we got back from Mexico's in the 60s, right now the real feel is 22 here.
Welcome back.
So yeah, it's not a lot better. There's no snow like you're dealing with on the East Coast, but the weather is not a lot of fun. We're entering March and we're still dealing with this shit. Ridiculous. All right, so man, it feels like we have not done a show in months, doesn't it? I mean, the Super Bowl ended. We did that Monday show, and then, we went out of town. I went on vacation. I got back President's Day, so last Monday, over a week ago. And thankfully, you were like, "Look, I'm in Florida. let's start anew next week. I'm like, good, because my wife was out of town for work, so I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, just nonstop. When you got two kids that have a bunch of shit going on, that you got to be here, got to be there, got to be here, got to be there. With one car, makes it a lot more challenging. But about a day after that show, we went off to Mexico. It was awesome. Flew into Cancun, which the other day they were saying, dude, you can't get from Cancun to Chicago. All the flights were stopped. It was a mess. We went to an all-inclusive place. It's called Xcaret in Riviera Maya, which was phenomenal. There were no issues when we were there. I mean, this place is so big that if you want to go and do something like activities for the day, they have these massive parks that are their parks that are 30, 40 minutes away. It was crazy. The one place had crazy water slides and you could swim at the dolphins, stuff like that. Another place had just insane zip lining, which if I were my kid's age, there's no way in hell I would be doing it, where it's like 8 different towers on one zip line thing. And I'm like, are we sure that I see this long line of people? I think we're safe, but we're also in Mexico. If I fall into the jungle and I die, nobody's ever going to know outside of my family, who will probably be threatened if I were to die. It was just like those thoughts go through your head as you're climbing this ridiculous tower about to go off, but we all powered through. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, they're about a week, so it was a great time. I mean, every day, mid-80s. What kind of weather are you dealing with down there?
It's 70. It's
Okay.
nice. It's gonna be 80 tomorrow when I leave, but it's been great. I mean, I've been pruning every day. I just lay in the hot tub for 2 hours a day, and then I get out and my fingers look like raisins. I've been sitting on the hot tub just pounding drinks.
Yeah.
I don't want to complain, but again, like, I can't do this every day. It's just, I need stimulation. I need to get home. I need to get back to my routine. To your point about the zip line, I know you didn't do the zip line, right?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I did all the zip lines.
You were building it up like you didn't do it.
Oh, I did. If I were their age, I would not have done it. I would have been too scared. But yeah, I did it.
Okay, so you did it.
Like, these towers were ridiculous.
Haven't you seen Jurassic Park though, when the pterodactyl snips the wire? Like, you didn't.
I was looking around. Believe me, I
think, I can't remember which Jurassic Park it was, but that's when they're parasailing and the pterodactyl comes in and snips the line, and then they float into the dinosaur land.
Could have been me.
Yeah, you didn't have that thought?
Oh, well, it's pretty cool. It's one of these parks where everybody has a watch if you sign up for the photos. So there's a lot of crazy videos and photos of me like ziplining and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of memories. It was fun. Let me ask you this before we get into sports. Have you found yourself with more time on your hands educating yourself on certain things that you probably never had time to, like going down different rabbit holes right now?
No, not really. I've been chilling. I've been watching a lot of TV.
View?
No, I've had enough View the last week. Put it that way.
Wait for it to come on. Should be coming
Dude,
out.
Don't watch it. It's helping brainwash.
I've got it on. I'm waiting for not the Regis show. What's it? Kelly's husband's name. That show to end. And then,
I don't consume. And here's the thing, though. When I say, and I'm glad you brought this up, when I say TV, I mean Netflix and HBO.
Right.
I watch old stuff. I don't watch the news. I don't watch The View. If I hear Joy Behar one more time, I will kill myself. Like, that's how bad. Go ahead. Turn it on the day after the State of the Union. Yeah, you turn that on. I'm sure it's all going to be peaches and sunshine.
It's not on yet. Okay, so here's what else I got into. And I asked you that because it was kind of a leading question, because I have been down some rabbit holes. And I blame our buddy Barry Rosner for this one.
Oh,
I've been down a health rabbit hole, and we declared, all right, it's time for us to get back into shape somewhat around the first of the year, when we are our fattest of the year, and that's always the case. But the last meal I had in Mexico, it was of course a breakfast brunch, because it's all inclusive, and you're drinking nonstop. Oh, one of many things. Yes, of many things that are on the menu. So I had that breakfast. Then we packed up, flew back. And you're traveling all day. I didn't eat. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. Screw it. I'm like, I was going in the right direction. We were together after the first of the year, and then good progress. You go to an all-inclusive place. What do you think is going to happen? I was very concerned. I'm like, I'm going to go all the way back to where I was when we were doing the fat Christmas Day show. And so I started the day we flew back. I did a 72-hour fast.
I haven't heard this yet.
Yeah. Yeah. 72-hour fast. So the first day wasn't that bad because we were traveling. And like the second day, fucking brutal. Brutal. A little lightheadedness and all that. I'll tell you, the third day, I wake up, I've got like 5-6 hours to go. And you have, for me, a ball of energy. You feel on top of the world. It was wild. So I did it, and I haven't gained the weight back. I've been watching a lot of the interviews with my guy RFK Jr. You need to see this video of him doing a workout with Kid Rock. It's very funny. Very funny. But yeah, so I've been going down the road of how much we are lied to as Americans, and they tell us is healthy really is not healthy, and why it's all not healthy. So that's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. But yeah, that was fun not eating for 3 days.
That sounds brutal. I've been through this now 3 times where you get to a place, you do a good job, but they still don't want you, or they can't keep you, or whatever. So I've been through this. I just sort of take a step back and shut the computer. I'm not tweeting as much.
Yeah.
But after the Super Bowl, I mean, from a sports standpoint, because I'm not a personal like lifestyle tweeter. You know, I don't like, I mean, I tweet food pictures, but like 85% of my tweets are about sports or sports betting. So after the Super Bowl, there's that down period. You know, I don't give a shit about the All-Star game in the NBA.
Nope. I didn't care.
I mean, congrats to the USA winning the men and the women gold medal. I watched that, but I wasn't like live tweeting it, you know? So I've been able to chill. I mean, there are some people in the space that are just like, their social media, you could tell, like desperate isn't even a word anymore for some of the people. And you know who I'm talking about. Like the tweets are brutal. Like now people are life coaches and fitness coaches, and it's like trying to be everything to everybody. And it's flat out embarrassing. I sent you some of the tweets. It's just brutal. So I see that and I'm like, yep, I'm good. I'm going to keep my phone holstered. I did though. Last night I took this down and I regret this. Excuse the delay here. I don't have a mouse, so I'm kind of going old fashioned. Did you see this last night? I drank this thing at dinner.
No. I did not.
It's a 25-ounce margarita.
Whew.
I should have. I know better. That is all sugar.
Yes.
With maybe a shot and a half of tequila. I should have just drank 4 or 5 shots of tequila. I knew better, but they had it on the menu. It's a Texas Gold margarita. You know, it's like their number one item, and that's what comes to the table. It's huge. I mean, the picture doesn't really do it justice, how big that glass is.
Yeah.
So I drink it in about 20 minutes because it's just so sweet. And they got like the salt and it's sugary and all that shit. And then the guy comes over and goes, "Would you like another one?" I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
No.
No, I don't want another one of those. I'll die. I'll literally die here in the booth.
Yeah.
It's all sugar. So I like, that's part of the other reason. Like you're drinking, like when you go on vacation, and maybe you didn't deal with this because you're not drinking as much as I do. But like when you go to a resort or like a place like Mexico or Dominican Republic, and you get the wristbands and you drink 8 Miami Vices, the frozen, strawberry / pina colada, those fuck you up, man. Like that, like you drink those slushies and those sugary drinks, that takes days to get over, like from a body standpoint.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Of course, when you pay to all inclusive, like there are no rules. That's why I did the fast coming back, because of some of my behavior there. It was like my daughter, it was her introduction to what strawberry daiquiris are, virgin, obviously. But but yeah, like nonstop all day, I'm like, you gotta chill out. Like this is all sugar. You gotta relax
Brutal.
on this. But
Brutal.
that's part of it, though. That's part of it. Now I don't know if I'm ever going back. So yeah, I timed it perfectly. We were there the week before all the stuff with the cartels. When my wife was telling me, I'm like, wait, what? What is happening? Because like you, I've shut down on social media a lot. I haven't posted much. And the news, the same thing, like taking a step back with a lot of it, only reading or watching what I want to see. So yeah, I'm along the same lines as far as that goes. Like I've other interests pop up, but I don't go out there acting like I'm some expert because nobody's an expert. If there's one thing that we should know is like, we're still all learning every single day. But anyways, people came here for the sports, but
no, we can get into the sports. I feel like we've hit on pretty much everything. I would just, I'm curious. I would like a letter grade for the trip, for the Ostrowski family trip to Mexico. What letter grade does it get?
It's a B.
B.
It's B plus. B plus.
B plus.
Okay, I'll give you the low moment, which my wife will yell at me for giving you the low moment.
That's fine.
It was a great time. I got what I wanted. I asked for, can we have a family trip and it not be Disney World? Because like you guys need to see other parts of the world and let's do something else. But I also want to go to somewhere warm. So we came up with this idea, which I think it was great. And credit my wife. She did all the planning. It was fantastic. But you'll enjoy the low moment. My wife and my daughter are oil and water. Okay?
I thought you were going to say you got robbed. This is much nicer.
No. They're oil and water. They battle. I'm not going to say which kid likes which parent more, but you can come to your own conclusion.
I just did the math. Yeah, I figured it out. There's 2 kids and 2 parents. I figured it out.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, is it like this with your brother? Does one gravitate towards one parent and the other to the other? Sometimes. It depends how it
over the years. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so they were getting into it. And we're walking. You walk everywhere. You do get in your steps. So as bad as you eat and drink, you're going to get in your steps. It's just a massive compound that's there. So they got into it over something extremely stupid. Even the next day, my daughter's mature enough to laugh about it and how dumb that argument was. And my wife was trying to corral her because she's like going off on her own. There's people everywhere. You're in a different country. Like, no, stay with her. What are you doing? Get over here. It's night. And then my daughter is so pissed that she decides to act like she's breaking away from my wife and say in front of a lot of strangers walking around in a different country, "Lady, who are you? I don't know you. You're not my mother."
She did not do that in Mexico.
In Mexico. And I'm like, I didn't even know all that was happening because I was with Jack walking ahead. And like in the hotel, I'm like, your mother could be in a Mexican jail right now.
That is so bad.
And we would be, do you understand what is happening?
Well, the good news is I'm assuming you all had identification. So
nobody stopped us.
Right, but it would never have gotten that far because hopefully your daughter would have not carried the bid out. She would have said she was kidding. Yes. But if they get you all riled up, or rounded up rather, not riled up, because you were riled up. Once everybody got everything in order, there would be passports and everybody would connect the dots.
I would say you should have seen some of the looks I was getting from people. Like, yeah, I'm surprised nobody jumped in and did something.
I had Twitter open for a second, and Twitter heard that and tried to put that into a tweet, everything that I just said about passports and kidnapping. And I'm glad it didn't send that. I just had to check and double check. I was replying to a tweet with that like voice activation there. I don't know how that happened.
I hate sometimes I look down, I'm like, wait, don't text that because it picks up what I'm saying in the background. And I didn't realize I pressed that button in that bottom right corner.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. The phone does whatever it wants. Okay, well, I'm glad you were there. There were some people that were asking if you were ever coming back because, like we didn't give everybody the plan. So, and our audience is very loyal and we're very friendly with them. So I'm sure you get these texts and DMs, so because I put up an episode with Jake and the guys from NCAA Insiders, and then I put up the episode with Corby. So somebody was like, "Hey, love the shows. Is Joe done?" Question mark. Like,
is he dead?
Yes. Joe is moving the whole family to Mexico. Joe is no longer interested in chicken dinner. So it was funny because I had a couple like, "Hey, like, is Joe coming back? Is Joe okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, Joe's on vacation. Joe hasn't been on vacation since 2004. Like, give him a break."
Yeah.
People miss you though. They do. And I will say, as much as I love doing shows with other people, and you do shows with Horvat, the data does not lie. The average watch time when we do a show is like 25 to 30 minutes, which is very, very good. I mean, that's the average listener. So if we do a 40-minute show and on average people are listening 30 and 40, that's 75%. That's insane. Episodes without Sam and Joe, 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
What is it with Horvey? Like 30 seconds?
I can tell you if you want. There were a couple of Horbies. Like football drives a lot.
Yeah.
Football is, people are listening for football content. The challenge, I think, for a lot of shows, and I don't think this will be a problem for ours because we've just talked for 30 minutes and it felt like 5 seconds, which is the testament to our relationship. But the non-football shows that are not Sam and Joe are 8 minutes, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Which just proves that our show is more than just betting content. People like us and like us together. So, that's the plan going forward. We're going to talk college basketball here, and I have a couple things I want to get off my chest. I thought about this, and we should definitely think about getting this sponsored. We should do a Spaces on Selection Sunday the minute the bracket is finalized.
Yep.
Because I think that's a good way, and we can do that show live on X and YouTube, like kind of like how I used to do Chicken Dinner when I used to do it every Thursday night at like 7:00 or whatever, where you can do it live on multiple platforms, and then you can post the post show whenever you want on podcast and YouTube or whatever. But a lot of the content, like people do shows Sunday night, Monday morning, and then everybody rushes to be up by like Monday. Whereas I feel like being immediate and live is much better because those lines are moving. I mean, I've been in the back of these sports books when they put up those Sunday lines for the first 2 days. And I think we should do, whether it's Spaces or it's just live on X and YouTube, we can figure all that out. But we should do a show. I know Felica wants in, Schwartz wants in, Everson wants in. I'll be in Vegas. Actually, no, I'll be in Chicago that weekend. I'll be in Vegas the next weekend. But that would be something that I think we could capitalize on. Like once the bracket is final, we go live. Our friends will jump in. Spaces is better, but I don't like in terms of, because it's more like a radio show. But if you do YouTube, we have the video aspect, obviously. So I don't know. We could think about that. But I think generally speaking, we should do some sort of a live show with friends, reporters, insiders, bettors, and we do that once the bracket goes up.
Yeah, definitely transitioning to a few of the big events coming up. Obviously, March Madness, 2.5 weeks away, man. I saw people were hitting us up yesterday about conference tournaments as well. So we'll be diving into that. Masters is around the corner. We'll start doing some more golf. And did you bet any Olympics?
I did bet only because I was on with our guys in Buffalo a couple Fridays ago, and I had asked Bulldog. I said, "Well, what do you think about USA 2-1?" This was when there were still a bunch of teams left, and my thought process was basically, it's going to be USA Canada in the title. And if that's the case, like I told them, I said, I make it a coin flip. Canada, small favorite. So I did bet a little USA at plus 200.
Mhm.
That gets home. I mean, felt lucky to win it, obviously, because I thought Canada was the better team. Not that I give a shit if Canada loses a gold medal game, but Eddie Olczyk said it on the broadcast. He's like, this should be 3-1, 4-1 Canada. But Buck was awesome. He was awesome in that. So had a little nip at 2-1 on USA, and that was it. I didn't do anything else. You know what's been really hot though? The guys have been getting some spring training bets. Joe,
Really?
these lines are moving like 25, 30 cents a game. Like,
Are they
I get a
the correct
text.
move?
The games are like 4-2 or 5-2 now.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, they're on the right side. But like, I get a text. Say I get a text at 10:58 a.m. that says Orioles minus 130. If I miss it, it's minus 160, minus 165.
Is this lineup information? What is this?
It's just I don't know. I don't ask, but it's just like all of these lines. When my mom goes walking, she leaves her phone in the house. She does it right. We'll be out. She's like, I don't have my phone. I'm like, God bless you. That's awesome.
You know why? Well, I know. Go ahead.
I don't know why. I feel like she's not on her phone. I have this phone everywhere. I sleep with this phone. It's quite a ringtone as well. It's like a harp. Can you hear it?
Yes, I can.
Can the neighbors hear it? Where was I? Fuck. What was I saying?
The moves, these baseball moves.
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing they have intel on how long guys are going to play, because a lot of that stuff's available on the internet. Like beat writers will put things out like, oh, the starters are going to play 4 innings or get 3 at bats or whatever. And then some games guys go up and only have 1 at bat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing a lot of it is lineup related. When the lineup comes out and 3 of the 4 best players aren't in it, that's half the battle. But they are game day bets, like the morning of. And yeah, we got one the other day. It lost. I laid $1.50 on the Red Sox. And by the time I got back, I went down the street for something. I came back in, looked at the board. It was $1.85. They lost. Pittsburgh pounded it. I mean, it was, and then it's like, oh, nice call on the Red Sox. I'm like, what do you want from me? You know, like, because he laid $1.80, this guy. So whatever. But these lines have all moved like 25, 30 cents.
Man. All right. I want to get some baseball coming up. We're going to bounce around NFL win totals as well, whatever we can squeeze in here. We're thinking about an hour for today's episode. Again, subscribe if you're not on YouTube. Thanks for joining us as we're back, and we're going to be getting into the normal routine here. All right. Have you done any college basketball futures? I listened to your episode with Corby. I know you did one early on, and he talked about Arizona then. Okay, now it's, no fun to talk about Arizona with the price of 5-1. But have you done anything, or have you been kind of, at this point, are you waiting to see kind of what paths are going to be?
I'll be honest with you. I'm behind for sure. Usually I pinpoint a team in like November or December, make a future bet, and then make a second future bet. I've done that for years, but as people know, you and I were just so like dead on the inside. Like we were just like not excited about, doing more work on a show that was dying. So I'm behind notably. The only bet right now that would change my life would be if St. Louis makes the Final Four. I have some of that at 80-1. That number is no longer 80-1. That's not to win the title. That's to make the Final Four. So if they make it to the Elite Eight, I'm going to be in a great spot where I'm going to have, have a big decision for $200 at 80-1. That's a lot of money. So I would love for St. Louis to make it to the Elite Eight, and then I could probably I can clean out right there. I probably would. That's like maybe a hedge or a prop swap. If I put that ticket up on prop swap, 80-1, because if they make it to the Elite Eight, what are they going to be, a 7-point dog against Duke or whatever? So like that ticket's going to be very, very live to sell. And I was talking to Luke at Prop Swap about the ticket, about putting that up. And, he always is very good about telling me when to do it and what to put it up for. But, I mean, that team has, 2 losses now? And everybody's, like, talking about them. So I hope St. Louis makes a run because that would put me in a great spot. $200 at 80 to 1. That would be outstanding. I have smaller bets on Illinois to make the Final Four and Duke to win it all. But as I told you before we started, or maybe I said it during the show, it's a very small bet at 7 to 1. I was hoping to get home and make a couple trips around Boston and bet them at 750, 8 to 1. Now, by the time I'm able to get back home, make a paper ticket bet, I'm going to have to take 425 or 450, and I'm not that excited anymore. So that's it. SLU, Illinois, and the Duke bet that Corby put out on Friday's show.
Illinois, everybody seems to have them as a 2 right now. They're like close on that 2-3 line. If you go to bracketmatrix.com, St. Louis is a 7. How would you feel if we're doing that selection show and your 7-10 is St. Louis against Cronin? Do you feel good?
Yeah. Against UCLA, I feel
okay. Yeah. That guy. He's
yelling
at somebody.
The team that you don't want to play, like I remember, I don't know why this example sticks out, but I remember there was a year that VCU was a really trendy team. I think Shaka was gone by then, but VCU had a couple runs in the tournament. And they lined up against Michigan. And everybody, it was like VCU, take the points. They were getting 7 points against Michigan. And Seth Davis had VCU upset. And you're like, all right, you know what's going to happen.
Dude, we can't go on the air until we get all of Davis's takes so we can fade them to the moon.
I chronicled that. That's the only thing that traffics for me. I literally type out all of his upsets, and it gets 500,000 views every selection Sunday.
Yeah.
And he's always wrong on all of them for the most part. But he was, the pressure defense, blah, blah. Well, nobody talked about the fact that Michigan had 2 NBA guards. Like, you got these A10 guards who are 5'9", 5'10", whatever. Like, they're good. They're fast. They pressure you. But Michigan had Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr. Like, they beat the shit out of them in that game. The team that you don't want St. Louis to face is Houston. Because that's St. Louis on steroids. Like, that's the team you don't want to play. I think they match up well with a lot of teams. I do not think St. Louis matches up well with Houston.
All right, so here's what happened to me. Here, I circled a team as we're flying out, doing the little bit of research, right? Like, oh, man, I really, really like this team. And what was interesting was, so the committee, I forget the timeline, was it about a week ago? They come out and say, here's our top 16. They give out the 4 seeds in each region if they were to do the bracket right now. And this team was still in there. It's a super long shot now. I don't remember what the number was back then. And I'm laying it out this way because the bet that I was planned on making lost their best player. The team lost their best player. But Texas Tech. But but the committee decided to keep them as the 4. I guess the thought process is they're going to have time. They've played and won a couple of games, weak opponents since the Toppin injury. And they're going to have a couple rough road games. Iowa State, I think, this weekend. And then they've got BYU to end the regular season. So Texas Tech is going to have a chance to show what they really are. Are they actually a 4 seed? Probably not when you lose your best player. But that's the one. And you know, part of me, Sam, I know this sounds dumb, still wants to bet it because it's 150 to 1.
Ooh. See, they are still good enough, I think, to win a few games. I don't know that they can make the Final Four.
Right.
Have you thought about, so playing that out, have you thought about, and I talk about this every year on every show I do. I talked about it on Friday in Vegas with Steve Cofield because he loves this take. When you have a team that's triple digits, or even take like Tennessee, it's 60 to 1. Oh, suddenly this is the year Rick Barnes pulls his head out of his ass and wins the whole thing. I'm not there.
Right.
But the Tennessee title bet is 60. The Tennessee Final Four bet is 15 to 1. They could definitely get to the Elite Eight. And again, which point you have that conversation like I just had with St. Louis. Like, get to the Elite Eight with a Final Four ticket. You can't lose. Have you thought about 25 or 30 to 1 Final Four for Texas Tech?
I have not, but yeah, that's something. Instead of just doing a 150,
they're not winning it, man. They're
I know.
just not. They can't.
I know. Well, and you look, the reason is, and obviously they had Toppin then, but when you look at the wins, they've been tested so much, and I buy into that a lot. These teams that have been tested, where they're not all losses. Okay, they scrap, and okay, there are some close losses, but there are also some wins. They beat Duke, they beat Houston, they won at Arizona in overtime. They have a bunch of impressive wins, so they've been through the wars. Now, not having Toppin, yeah, that kills you. And they've been written off by many people. And I'm very curious what the committee ends up doing, but it's going to be up to Texas Tech, because if they keep getting the job done, maybe they will stick on that 4 line. Because if they're putting them there now and without him, if they're still playing well, I would think that they're going to stick there.
You get the 4 seed, you have to play the 1 in the 3rd game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really important which one you get. You know, if you get Michigan without Toppin, I don't really love that.
No.
Now, Zona's got some injury issues for sure. Duke, I mean, Duke could lose to anybody for sure. Well, I don't want to say anybody, but any of the top 25 teams, I think Duke could lose to. Although it was funny, last night, my mom and I told you we went out for tacos and tequila, and they had Duke and Notre Dame on. And I had gotten a text like, I don't know, 2 minutes before the game started. My buddy goes, "Oh, ultimate letdown spot." Did you see the final score?
No, because if something notable happened, I would have seen the final score. How bad was it?
I think Duke won 100-56. Like, just beat the doors off Notre Dame, and the spread was 17. So yeah, it was like, oh well, Duke just, it's like people start doing this, like the casuals start handicapping college basketball.
And
because Duke just beat Michigan, naturally they're going to have a letdown on Tuesday.
And speaking of those spots, how about Monday with Kansas?
Kansas won again. Are they like undefeated on Big Monday?
I forgot what it's like. Self is 42-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was after all the noise, of course, with Peterson.
Absolutely. The game was on in the restaurant. Yeah. Joe, it was like 12-2 in the first 3 minutes. So at that point, when you watch a game like that, it's going to be a blowout.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I got to get the final score. Good memory. Still got it, kid. Duke 100, Notre Dame 56. They covered the 17 pretty easily there. Shire also took the team. Did you see he took the team to what is it up there by Wrigley? Is it the Wiener Circle, right?
Oh, he did? No.
Where Conan and them went, right?
Yeah.
Triumph the comic dog.
Yeah, everybody's going there now.
So Shire brought the whole Duke team there for chocolate milkshakes.
Oh, no. I'm going to guess social media was not on hand with their social media team.
They took a photo outside of it.
Yeah,
the whole team.
Video, though.
Yeah, because they flew into Chicago and then they took a bus down to South Bend.
Do you want to tell people that have no idea what we're talking about what happens when you order the chocolate shake?
You can Google it. Let's just put it this way. A chocolate milkshake is not a chocolate milkshake. It's definitely
I like that out of Shire. I love that.
No, dude, it pisses me off so much because this team's gonna take care of business.
Oh, they're gonna win it this year. A year after.
I hate being a year off. It's happened to me so many times in my life. I mean, with all the sports and all the leagues and all that, it doesn't make sense because we do bet on like 4 or 5 leagues a year. But the times that I've been, like, I remember I was a year early on Nova, and I had Nova to win the whole thing, and then they flamed out early. They might have lost to like NC State or something like that. And then the next year they won the title, and I knocked them out in like round 2. Like this will be like Boozer is insane. Boozer's kid, he's unbelievable. So this naturally will be the year that Duke wins the title. Man, I wanted them to lose so bad. I wanted 8-1 so bad.
Oh, you were 100% getting it.
Yeah, for sure. I have this list though. You were asking about teams that are good enough to make runs and all that. Here are the teams that are top 25 in adjusted O&D efficiency. There's 10 teams. So according to this list, these 10 teams are title teams. In no order: Purdue, Michigan, Houston, Arizona, Duke, Vanderbilt,
I know.
Florida, Iowa State, UConn, Gonzaga. That, per Ken Pom, is the list. Top 25 offense, top 25 defense.
25 or 20, did you say?
These are 25s, top 25.
Okay. Did you have Virginia on there?
I did not. Are they top 25?
They are now. I was looking this morning. I think they're 23 on offense now, which would put them in.
Oh, okay. This was a screenshot I took this morning at 5 o'clock.
Okay. I mean, I could be wrong. Illinois not in there.
Illinois is not on there. If you want to take away, if you want to just knock it down to 20 and 20, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So top 20 offense, top 20 defense, both. You can take Purdue out.
Yep.
And you can take Gonzaga out.
You would take Gonzaga out. So that's a team that I actually wrote down that I'm thinking about. And it's tough to gauge. You have 2 losses. One of them is a terrible loss. And the other one, they lost to Michigan by 40. So what are they exactly? And those numbers show that they're a balanced team. But as always with Gonzaga, who'd they play? Their strength of schedule 88 in the country right now. But I see them top 10 in Ken Pom, and the number's 50-1 with the right path. Is that a team that can make a deep run? That's on my mind. And I want to throw out another team to you that's red hot right now. If you look at the last month, arguably the best team in the nation.
St. John's?
No. Go back to back?
Oh, Florida?
Why are we not talking about Florida? I don't.
Probably because it's tough to go back to back.
Yeah, probably. But like that's kind of jumping out to me. If you go to Bart Torvik, if you look at the last month, like they're number 1. So I've been thinking about that. The number on them is 12-1. I'm not saying to bet them right now. They do fit your profile, and they would be a 2 or a 3 right now. But nationally, I don't hear a lot of people talking about them. I thought Corby's just throwing out Kansas was interesting because so many people have been selling on that team with the drama and the talking heads with Peterson. He's going to finish games. But I think what Corby's idea was, when you're looking for a champion, when you're looking for a number, you're betting on upside. Yes, they could flame out very early. I understand that. But this is a 30-1, and you have maybe the best player in the country. So if that's not upside, I don't know what is. And obviously a coach that has been there, done that.
I will say this because I don't really have a thought on Kansas. I don't think I'm going to bet them. But let's just show people again how important it is to price shop. I'm going to show you 2 teams. You bring up Kansas. Let's look at them. Here's their market to make the Final Four. Bet Rivers has 4-1. Bet 365 and FanDuel have 550. MGM, our old friends at BetMGM, has 6.25. And there will be people that are going to bet this at 4-1 and plus 550 and just lose a lot of betting value. I don't understand how you don't have more than one book. I'll never get it. Oh, my wife doesn't want me to have 2 or 3 sports books. Well, your wife is taking money out of your pocket because this 6.25 is going to go a lot longer than the 4-1 or the 550. Let me show you Florida. That was not Florida. I'm typing like a total child here. Reached the Final Four. Not as big of a range, but look at this. FanDuel has plus 190. DraftKings has plus 260. Same bet, Joe.
Yep.
Same market.
Huge.
Same bet. And you get 70 extra cents by just making it at the right place.
And it's not necessarily a situation where the same books are going to have the best numbers for the Final Four either. And you just proved that. You've got to do that. So we're going to be diving all the way in college hoops moving forward. I like your idea about a show as soon as the selection Sunday is out. People are looking for content that night, and maybe they don't want Vital screaming. You know, maybe they don't want them picking all the ones to make the Final Four. Like, there are not a lot of options out there, so we're going to try and provide that.
I think, you know what? I think we should do a Spaces. I know it's only on one platform, but I feel like it's just more us. And we could obviously put the show on podcast after the fact, and we could put it up on YouTube with like a placeholder. But that, like the immediacy of the spaces, and I tell you what, it's going to be much easier for somebody in Vegas to step out of their office and hop on a Spaces call than it is to turn the fucking ring light on and sit in the like, it's going to be so much better to do it on a platform that gives you like a radio show feel. And we're constantly just going in different directions. I think we could do a 2-hour show easily on Selection Sunday if we did it on Spaces. And we'll get it sponsored, and maybe Splash will come in. But that, to me, that's a no-brainer.
And we try to be interactive, and that's a way for the audience to be interactive, be a part of the show too.
Yeah, I've done them in the past, and I've done big numbers on them, and I'm talking like a Tuesday. Like Selection Sunday happens, everybody breaks down the game Sunday, Monday, and then you do the Spaces on Tuesday night. I've done a couple of them on X, and those were huge. I mean, thousands of people. If you did it the night of, once the lines start popping, we would own the space. I don't think anybody else is going to do a live show like that. And the lines, we can have the board up. The board will be moving like crazy on Sunday night.
Yeah. No, that would be fun. We'll figure that out. All right. So plenty to come as far as college basketball goes. Major League Baseball gave a little bit of a tease that exhibition baseball. I want to see some of those numbers too, by the way. Like, throw those teams my way. What are you seeing? Are you talking more about the preseason, or are you talking about the upcoming regular season? That's something else we've got ahead. We do previews of divisions, awards, and all that stuff.
So the last 3 years, I've picked a team win total. Last year, it was Rockies under. The year before, it was White Sox under. And the year before that, it was Oakland A's over. I think their win total was like 54.5 or something like that. And it was just a joke. We went over. And I think they won like 65. I think it's, for me, this year it's White Sox over.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that would agree on that one.
66.5 is the best number you can find.
Has the number moved?
It's been sort of batted around. So like Westgate opened it high, and then somebody came in, bet under, maybe like Roxy. Like Roxy's always betting unders. And the market was like 67, 67.5. I think Westgate opened 68 or 68.5. And somebody, I don't know if it's Roxy or not, but somebody like Roxy bet the under. And Westgate came down. Then DraftKings came down. But the things that I'm hearing about the lineup and the potential there, I mean, look, man, it is so hard to not win 60 games in baseball. Like, you roll out of bed, you win 60. Most teams, most years. And then you got to find 7 more with the upside in the lineup. Now, Murakami could be Adam Dunn. I don't know. But, you know, when you're on the phone with Randy Bloom at the Westgate, and he's like, they bet us White Sox over, they bet us White Sox division, and they bet Murakami 100-1 to win the home run crown, you're like, okay. Like, if somebody who's respected is betting it, why don't I just bet it too? Not to even go there, Joe, but there are some 40-1s on AL Central White Sox.
Woo! Awful division.
Now, circa, I got a text because I was texting with Jake about this, and Jake was like, why don't you just give me your money? I said,
for what? Which bet?
Well, he's like,
the division?
Yeah. He said, don't do it.
He's not good for it.
Probably not anymore. Westgate, we're just talking numbers here. These are facts. These are not opinions. Westgate has 21-1. Circa has 23-1.
Okay.
Caesars and DraftKings have 40-1. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh my!
I'm not going to unload the clip, but if you're seeing sharp support in Vegas casinos for a team, you should probably follow that support in some way, shape, or form. So at 66.5, that's going to be my team over this year.
White Sox have the 3rd lowest win total out there, and this might give you an idea before you come home tomorrow. What I see, and you have the Vegas books up, so maybe you can tell me. The best number I see is 66.5 at Hard Rock.
Is DraftKings? Yeah, I didn't look at it.
They are also 66.5, but the juice is a little bit better if you're playing over at Hard Rock.
Okay, I take your word for it. I can zip through and tell you what they have at Circa and Westgate. I have their division prices. I didn't look at their win total.
I see. Yeah, on the high end, Rivers is 68.5 to give you an idea.
I would not bet that ever.
Yeah.
Never in life would I bet over 68.
And it's juiced minus 139 to the over.
You said that's at Rivers?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. They have a huge.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the under. Yeah.
Oh, that's the under?
Yep.
Okay. White Sox. Okay. Circa. And I respect two guys booking baseball. It's Randy Bloom at Westgate and Chris Bennett at Circa. Mm-hmm. Bennett's got 69 on the White Sox.
Okay. That's higher than any domestic book I see.
Yeah. Let me see what Randy's got, because I know that he had some people that really like the White Sox. But right there, I mean, if you're betting the wrong number and you're betting, like, say you have a Circa account, and they're in Illinois too. If you're betting over 69, obviously you have to win 70 games to win the bet. If you're betting over 66.5, you can win 3 less games and win the bet.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people don't get the best of the number, especially in these season-long bets.
Every year, and we did this past season. Every year, there are multiple win totals that come down to the last day of the season.
Yep. Westgate back to 69.
69.
So if sharp Vegas books are at 69, wink, wink, you should probably consider a bet over 66.5.
Okay. So what I've looked at early on, and we'll do more each show as we get closer and closer to the baseball season, I was just looking at, okay, let's talk about World Series numbers, because of course everybody's going to go over the Dodgers, and here's the gap if you haven't taken a look. It's the Dodgers as your favorite, best number, plus 230. The second favorite is double digits. That's the gap between the Dodgers and the rest of Major League Baseball. A couple AL teams, because at this point I'm like, why am I even going to try and find that needle in the haystack with the National League? Doesn't mean I won't get there, but right now there are a couple of American League teams that grab my interest. And I'm very curious what the chatter is once you get back home, because the Red Sox is one of those teams for me. With that rotation, with Crochet, Suarez, Gray, Bayo, and you know that influx of youth talent that they have in that lineup now, gaining some experience, that's a team that has my attention at 18-1 to win the World Series. Their win total is 87.5 at most spots. And the other one, that division you were just talking about, maybe the White Sox shocking the world, but Detroit. Since they add Valdez to that rotation behind Skubal, and you have Flaherty and Mott, I mean, it's a ridiculous rotation.
Sure.
28-1 for the Tigers. So early on, those were a couple of teams that have my interest.
Quick follow-up on Detroit. I know they haven't paid Skubal yet. I should have known this. I should have looked this up before the show, because I had a feeling we were going to talk about Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't rule out, and it's unlikely. Like, there's maybe a 15% chance of this. But what if they just get off to a bad start and then they trade Skubal at the deadline? Like, am I insane for thinking about that, or no?
No, because of their history. But
I don't know that they're going to pay him. And I don't know his salary or his contract situation. I want to say, like, this is the last year or second to last year. It is.
He's unrestricted in 27.
So this is it.
The ARB gave him $32 million for this year. Yes.
Okay. I don't get the sense that the Detroit Tigers are going to pay him. I mean, how much is he going to get? $400 million?
I don't think they can.
Okay. So, like, I just don't know. Like,
and he's a Boris
They're
guy.
all in. They're all in. And that's
he's a Boris client. So.
Dude, I'll never forget 97 when Reinsdorf waved the white flag down 3 games. Like, I've seen it, you've seen stranger things. But I don't in a perfect world, Detroit goes for it all and makes a run, obviously. But if it doesn't get off to a good start and guys get hurt, and I mean, not every team lives up to the hype. So I don't know, man. I don't have any personal interest in betting Detroit. If you do, fire. I'm just not there.
They gave Framber Valdez 3 years, $115 million, and it was viewed as a big move. That's a big move. To me, it probably, as you talk this through, what it probably was, look, this could be our last chance to win a World Series with Skubal.
Right.
Because
I don't think they're going to trade him at the deadline. But I mean, if they're
not signing him, they should trade him.
If they're 10 games out, they should trade him and get 5 prospects.
Yeah, they have to.
They have to. And it looks like, the Sox did it with Crochet. A lot of those young players are playing well. And that was a pretty good haul. I think they got 4 players, right? Four guys from the Red Sox, including Kyle Teal, who looks like he's, an everyday player in the middle of the lineup. I mean, if you get an offer like that for Tarek Skubal, you make it. Red Sox are interesting, because they lose Devers and Bregman, and okay, that was such a weird time to lose Devers, and then you also lose Bregman because you didn't want to pay him. As John Henry continues angling for the NBA expansion team and funneling money into the soccer team, the Red Sox fans just hate ownership so much. There's boomer bust there in the rotation. I mean, Bayo is your 3 or 4 is ideal. I mean, they paid Bayo thinking one day he'd become an ace, and he's just not. There's not enough, and you'll appreciate this as a coach, there's not enough fastball control. He can't consistently throw first pitch strikes. So he's constantly behind 1-0, 2-1, and then guys are getting good. Now they're sitting fastball. They're sitting on a pitch, where it's
2-0, and you know what's coming. Boom.
And there were years when I worked at NESN where his ERA was like 5.50 and his WHIP was 1.8 or whatever, middle of the season. It's just like he's walking guys, and then he's got to throw strikes, and he's getting hit into the gap. He's got great stuff. They've always looked for that third pitch with him, which hasn't really materialized. But if he puts it all together, then and he's their 4th starter. I mean, he was the 4th guy you rattled off. If he's your 4 and he pitches well, that's going to be really nice. If Sonny Gray combusts, they could miss the playoffs, obviously. So that's a team. They're kind of like the Dallas Cowboys for me. I'd be surprised by nothing. Like the Cowboys. Could the Cowboys win 10 games? Yes. Could they win 13? Yes. Could they win 5? Yes. Nothing would surprise me.
That AL East is going to be very interesting. And then we saw the reports over the weekend. Garrett Cole's throwing 97 off his injury. It's like, that guy's going to show up. The Yankees are a player, and everybody's talking about Toronto because of what just happened. Another team that intrigues me, I just wish the number was better, is Seattle. I mean, they are so balanced. Hell of a lineup that they've put together, and we know that they have a strong rotation. They're going to be a real threat. I'm just not interested at 13-1, and that's the best number you can find right now.
I will add some more bets.
Yep.
Definitely. I mean, we've got another month and a week, give or take, to make baseball bets. I want to have these conversations with you and with other people about regular season wins leader for pitchers, home run leader, strikeout leader, stolen base leader, things like that. I mean, those are just really fun markets where they're often mispriced because there's so much stock put into last season. I've done a really good job over the years at sort of farming that shit. Like the NFL offensive player market, it's the same thing basically every year. Whoever won it last year is going to be 6-1. And the guy that got hurt is going to be 20-1. And it's just like, it's routine. There's a pattern there. In baseball, though, you can get a guy 30-1 that nobody knows about to steal the most bases, and he's going to be right there. So we definitely have plenty of time to touch on baseball. The only bets that I'm looking to make, though, early are White Sox over the win total 66.5, not 69, 66.5. And I mean, if I got to bet a little 40-1, sometimes you do what you got to do.
What about Ohtani MVP minus 125?
I'm good. I'll pass.
I will pass as well. Should we hit on NFL win totals or save them for next
Let's
week?
just save it. I mean, we
Yeah.
said we were going to go an hour. We're already an hour 10 in. We haven't even gotten to the questions that we got on Twitter, and we got to do the fast food thing.
Okay.
I got roasted for putting White Castle in my top 4. It's my list, first of all. Roasted. Somebody said, what?
They don't know
White
you.
Castle?
That's
White Castle. You're insane. Brad Powers said, I'm never coming on your show again. Like, okay,
not. Brad Powers. I don't think he's been on in a year anyways.
He came on Bets West, I think, once. He's not doing a lot of media, for the record. Okay, so Harry brought this up, and I think this is right up our alley. We put out a tweet saying, hey, we're coming back on Wednesday. Do you have any questions? Do you have any bets? This wasn't really a question, but it's something that I know is going to make you start drooling. Harry brought up March Madness Survivor and adds that he would love to run one locally, but he doesn't understand the rules. Does Splash Sports have that on their site? Joe, I imagine you have the answer or know somebody that does.
They have already reached out to me about doing a college basketball Survivor, March Madness one. I do one every year. It is a lot of fun. For strategy, it is my favorite Survivor, and I can't wait to do it. Just getting back into the flow. Have not set it up yet. I will be running a March Madness Survivor that we will talk about on the show like I do every year. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I suck at it. It's a day thing. And what I mean by that, in the first round, you're picking a team each day. So I think there's 10 days in the tournament. If you were to be able to run the table, and you got to be able to save the right teams, right? Dodging those landmines. So, and it's okay. If you take a 5, then that win is worth 5 points. If you take a double digit seed, you're going to get those 10, 11, 12 points. So points also comes into it. How many people are involved? Is it going to come down to points? A lot of different strategy angles that we'll talk about. But yes, I will be running one through Splash.
Awesome. We'll have that information. I figure we're going to do a ton with Splash, and that's a perfect sponsor for our Selection Sunday Spaces. I mean, if that's not a slam dunk, nothing is. Did I ever tell you the time that I interviewed Derek at Circa? And I asked him, because it was going into football season, because I go out there every August and sign up and go see all the guys and all that. And I interviewed him one year, and he had the big Survivor. Remember, he makes that chart.
The grid.
And he had it on his desk, and he was like licking his lips with his marker. And he was, we were talking about Survivor and how much he loves contests and all that. And I asked him in the interview, I said, are you ever going to do a college basketball Survivor? And he's like, I don't know. I don't think there'd be enough interest. And I was like, you're
bullshit.
Crazy.
Bullshit.
I swear to God, he said that. He's like, I don't think there'd be enough interest. And look, because you like
the problem is the turnaround. That's the problem.
His point is you got to get everybody to Vegas, and like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Where NFL Survivor, you can sign up in February, you can sign up in June, you can sign up in September, so it's easier to get entries. But I don't think he's going to lose money running a college basketball Survivor if it's done right.
No.
And you know what's even bigger than that in my circles, like the kids I grew up with and like the families that I used to run with, is the Calcutta. Every year I get 3 or 4 phone calls from guys that are in Calcutta. Who's good? I'm like, they don't watch it. They just want the action. They're not watching college basketball. They got
we should do a Calcutta one year.
If we could figure out a way to run a Calcutta on Splash, I don't want to guarantee because I don't know how many people we'd have. It is, I mean, my buddy Shipley does it every year, and he doesn't even watch the sport. But he calls me. He's like, "Yo, I'm at Calcutta. Who's good?" And I'm like, "I don't like. What kind of question is that?
Yeah."
He's like, "I'm on the clock." Like he's outside the bar. Like I'm on the clock. I got 5 minutes. I'm like, "Dude, what? You didn't have any more time to prepare me for this?" He's like, "Who wants to be a millionaire?" I'm on the phone. Phone a friend. So Calcutta is massive. And Derek was like, I don't think we'd ever do that. And I don't think Derek does Survivor or Calcutta. I'm pretty sure they don't at Circa. But Calcutta is a huge Chicago staple in the tournament.
Multiple tweets at betchickendinner about these conference tournaments. So I think our first show next week, we're gonna have to, especially the smaller ones, like we're gonna get Missouri Valley tweets. Like, yeah, people are licking their chops, wondering about that.
Yeah, I mean, the Missouri Valley under has been so good for so long. The problem is everybody still kind of knows about it behind the counter, but they still don't make these totals low enough, and you do get a lot of public money. That's the good thing about the Missouri Valley unders, and thanks to Matt for tweeting this about strategies. There was another tweet, I think, that specifically brought up the Valley. Yeah, here we go, from Eric. Eric said, college basketball conference tournaments. Which conference made us money last year with all the unders? Missouri Valley, question mark? Yeah, that's it. Because they still, like, the metrics like higher total games, but the metrics, I don't think enough weigh into the pace of the games and the tighter rims in St. Louis, because they play that in St. Louis every year. And a lot of those rims, as somebody who called games in the Horizon League for a long time, and also, like, we'd go to the Valley, we'd go to Illinois State, we'd go to Bradley, we'd play these games at these schools. Bro, those Missouri Valley rims in season are soft. Like, you get every roll. It's so nice, like, to have an over. So, because you get, like, all these free throws bounce in, and, like, the threes rattle in. The rims in St. Louis are so much tighter than they are in Peoria or Bloomington or Evansville, whatever. The rims are not forgiving. And you just see, like, stretches of Missouri Valley tournament games where teams don't score for 5 minutes. And the games land like 116 or 120. And the totals, they're still mostly in the 130 range, 136, 137. Until that, like, fails me. Dude, last year, I think they were like 7-1 in the first 8 games under. Oh, everybody knows about it. Okay, well, it's still on 7.
Well, it's still hitting by a wide margin too.
Yes. Yeah, that's the conference, the Missouri Valley. And those teams they're generally slower paced teams. They don't race up and down the floor. There's not a lot of transition points. So you have to make tough shots on tight rims. And I don't think the algorithm, I mean, that sounds silly to say that and make it so simple, but we've done it for years.
Decades at this point.
Years. Finke had a nice tweet. I wanted to kind of give him some love here because he talked about Corby. He bet Duke at 7-1 as Corby brought it up on Friday, and he did it with a free play. So he doesn't really have to hedge. So nice move by Finke. The one that I saw was from Greg. He asked, is there any way of hedging this bet for the Masters? Or do I just be happy with my Scotty bet? He had a 3-leg parlay, $20 to win 600. 2 of his legs are home. I love this random parlay. The Seahawks to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Josh Doan to score a goal against the Lightning.
That's insane.
So
we got a WGR listener here.
And yeah, it's got to be. And Scotty Scheffler to win the Masters. So that is the final leg. Do not cash that out, Greg, for $103. That is an insane offer because Scotty's favored to win this tournament. You should get more than 5x. He's got 20 to win 600. That's a hell of a pop right there.
You can't hedge it even though you have the best golfer in the world. Not going into the tournament. Now, can you hedge it on Sunday? Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully for you that Scheffler's in that final group. But no, I mean, what do you do?
Nothing.
Do you do Scheffler not to win? That will be available to bet. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but you got to lay $4 or $5 on that.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm not interested in doing that. And then how much of a win does it feel like? Nah. You're in a great spot.
You can't. I mean, the only way you would hedge it, you could potentially middle yourself. Like if you bet Scotty not to be top 5 or top 10 and he finishes 3rd or 7th, you lose that bet. And then he comes in 3rd. So you don't win the future bet. So
Scotty missed the cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's not going to miss the cut. And that's an even bigger middle. Like he either has to win or miss the cut. He could place like in the top 50,
right.
And you'd lose both. It's a great call. I mean, the hardest leg is through too on the Josh Doan goal at 375. So
that's crazy.
It's a hell of a bet right there. I don't think Greg made the bet. Josh scored the goal. I don't think there's anything you do there. There's another brought up prop swap. If you put this up on prop swap, you would get a much better offer than $103.
Do you need the
probably sell
ticket?
that. What would you sell that for, Joe? If you had to put that up and you got a $20 bet to win $600, what would you want for that to sell it?
I wouldn't sell it.
Okay. Well,
honestly,
if you did sell it though, if you needed the money, how much would you sell it for?
And the cash out's 103.
That's a stupid price from that book.
250, 300.
Okay. So you're looking to like 12 extra money.
Like, think of what that Scheffler number is going to do once we get to the Masters.
Well, it's not going to go much lower than 3-1.
I don't know. We'll see.
You think in a Masters tournament?
I think it could. Yeah. With this guy, I think it could.
I mean, it could. He'd have to win like 3 of the next 4 tournaments though, right?
Yeah. And he could do that.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. They got to have Masters up somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah. It's up everywhere. It's up year round.
Okay. I don't know why DraftKings is being stupid right now.
Let me just look. If you look at just Scheffler, that should be posted at the prop shop.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to be much lower than 3-1 right now.
Yeah. No, I know. I would not. It's not something that I would be looking to hedge. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
You have basically a Scotty Scheffler ticket at what? 30-1. That's what you have with this bet. That's awesome. Yeah. You might never get that again.
That's a really, really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Last tweet here, and then I want to talk about fast food because it's going to be very polarizing. Brandon has this bet at bnoobs16. This is the best future I have open. He's already got home Tet McMillan, offensive rookie, at 15-1. So that is it. Ching. Tampa Bay at 8-1 to win the Cup and the Thunder to win the NBA Finals. It is a, 500-1 parlay. I don't know how much he bet. I don't know how much he'd win, but basically 500-1 on this parlay.
Good luck, man. I hope you hit it. Well, here's something else with Masters. Some of these cross-board parlays that people do, and I think to do it once a year around Masters, starting with Masters, because it's the same guys that are competing for the Masters every year. So if you get your list of Masters guys and then you start a parlay there, and then you add in whatever you want to add in, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, whatever, other awards, you can do that. So I'm sure we'll talk about that as well, especially early April once we get around Augusta.
All right. Anything else before we do the 4 horsemen of fast food?
Let's do this.
Okay.
No.
So this made the rounds for sure. Somebody put up a tweet, not even a big account either, but it was a really interesting exercise in society. So you only have 4 restaurants in your city. Which 4 are you choosing? And a lot of them are fast food. This had, 968,000 views, millions of impressions, and everybody's sharing their list. They don't really have any fancy restaurants. I know you've looked at this list. Like an example, if you're not watching on YouTube, they've got Johnny Rockets on there. IHOP is on there. Applebee's, Long John Silver's, Panera. Five Guys made the cut. Also, you got Krispy Kreme on there, Whataburger, In-N-Out, Panda Express. It's a lot of fast food and fast casual food, or a restaurant that's kind of like a chain. But there are some omissions on there. And I decided to jump in because I'm a big fast food guy. I eat it mostly after hours, though. Like I don't eat it during the day. So my appetite is usually after like a bunch of booze or weed. So maybe that's different. Just being honest with the people, like I don't drive to McDonald's at noon and get a quarter pounder meal. Like I don't eat it until it's like late at night or I'm enjoying myself. So my 4 are McDonald's, Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, and White Castle. Now, White Castle I put on line 4 because I didn't want to put them first because people would just tee off on me. White Castle to me is like family and home. I could eat White Castle all the time because I grew up on it. That's always going to make my list. And then I went Dairy Queen for the ice cream. I think their blizzards are untouched. I also don't mind a dipped cone or a dilly bar. Like I think for dessert, that's the place. Now, some people are going to go Cold Stone. That's fine. I like Dairy Queen more. It's personal preference. And then for me, McDonald's and Taco Bell, because when I eat like dog shit food, I want to like it. And I everything at McDonald's is good. You can get 20 things and be satisfied. And Taco Bell is I think Taco Bell is the most well-rounded menu in the game. So for versatility, I went McDonald's and Taco Bell. For the ice cream, I went Dairy Queen. And for sentimentals, I went White Castle. But I'll tell you what, two of my favorites aren't on here. No Culver's and no Portillo's.
Oh, yeah, I know. My first reaction was I would have to have Portillo's on this list, and it would definitely make the cut in the 4. There are a number of places on this list that you were referencing that I've never been to. I don't even know what they are. Some of them. Like, do they have Firehouse Subs by you? I know what it is, but I've never been there. Shakey's Pizza, I've never even been by one. I've never seen one. So there's a lot of that. I agree with a couple of your selections. It's funny to see some of these brands that used to be big when we were younger that have just fallen off, and nobody goes to Subway now.
No.
Nobody. There's a lot of those here. I'm with you on Dairy Queen. You've got to have a dessert place in your city. And yeah, that is something I'll do after baseball, after dinner with the family. It's quick drive-through right by us, the dip cone, and it's not crazy expensive, and you don't have to sit and I do like Cold Stone, but that's once in a great while. For the ice cream, Dairy Queen's the spot. Ones you don't have, yes, I agree on McDonald's. Okay, in my city, I have to have those McDonald's fries. You have to. And what they give you, stuff they offer on the app now, it's worth having on your phone, even though I know everybody's trying to get you to have the app. I would add a couple C's, Chipotle and Chick-fil-A, for what I would want as far as diverse eating. And yeah, and in my city, Chick-fil-A is open on Sundays. There's that too. The breakfast, no, in this hypothetical city.
And
I'm making them open on Sundays as well.
With only 4 restaurants. Okay,
yes. But yeah, I go Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and Dairy Queen. But I think your list makes a lot of sense. Man, White Castle. It's just, yes, I have those moments too. And there's one at the corner right by the highway by us, by LaGrange, that I will stop to when in the moment. And then the next morning, I regret it 10 out of 10 times.
Somebody responded to me. I want to get the quote correct. And I had some people saying that I was insane for putting White Castle on there.
I don't think it's insane.
It's not. And it's also my list. I don't care what you think about my list.
He's pissed.
So, no, I'm not that pissed. And somebody said, this is a terrible list, and then put Papa John's on his list.
Get out of here with your Papa John's.
Here's what I do if there's only Papa John's in this town. I go to a different town and get pizza.
We're moving the family.
I almost put Popeyes on there too, but I could fry my own chicken. I can get it from I'm not gonna take a fast food pizza or chicken place. I'm just not. And nowadays, I have friends that make pizzas in their own ovens, and I got friends that fry a lot of fish and chicken. I'm not going to go, crazy for one of these to be a Popeyes or a Pizza Hut or a Papa John's. Steak and Shake's a good one. I got a lot of responses on that. Oh, here we go. This guy said, terrible list. And again, my list is McDonald's, Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, and White Castle. He wrote, terrible list unless you like shitting 4 times a day.
I mean, that's a fair point.
It doesn't.
But look at the list. All of these places involve that.
That's the other counterpoint. Which one of these is extremely healthy?
Yeah. Applebee's.
I can't believe you've never been to a Shakey's and played skee ball.
No.
There used to be one in Cal City on, I think, Sibley.
I've never been to, I don't even know what, Arthur Treacher? I've never seen this logo in my life.
Don't know what that is.
What's the BP one?
I don't know.
Okay. I've never been to a Roy
We used
Rogers.
to go to Fuddruckers as a kid. Steak and Shake was a big one in Springfield where my
Same.
mom's from.
What's the one when you go on a family trip that you always had or that you like that didn't have at home? Are there any on this list?
A family trip, like a drive to Florida, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like you're on a trip and it's something that they don't have in the Chicagoland area that you're like, oh, I like that. I wish they had that.
To be honest, like we were a McDonald's family.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go a lot during the week. So when we were on the road, I mean, like the Arches are everywhere. And there's a reason it's in 200 plus countries because it's consistent.
Hardee's for me.
You know what it is? I was thinking, like I was punting, obviously. The one that we used to stop at because you couldn't get it back home when I was a kid, at least, was Sonic.
Yes.
We couldn't get Sonic. And then they finally put one up kind of by you. Like, is it like Country Club Hills or something? Like,
yes, I've made that drive like once because my daughter.
Yeah, and it's not even that good. It's horrible.
It's trash.
It's trash. But when you would get through, like, because we would drive to Florida and you'd stop in like Kentucky or Tennessee and there'd be a Sonic there and it'd be like a huge deal.
Yeah, I thought when they opened the Jack in the Box by me, I'd be going all the time. I went once and I'm like, oh, I don't understand the big deal people make.
You know what else we ate a lot when we were kids? Checkers. Remember Checkers?
Checkers fries were awesome.
Yeah, the curlies, and they give you the cheese sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a Checkers in high school. We used to go to the one in Lansing, like off the highway. They're like 167th or something like that. But the Checkers were always good. The Checker burger was awesome. My dad loved Checkers.
Love Checkers. That's a place we didn't see very often. It was a thing when we would go there. Are they still around anywhere?
I don't know. A lot of the Checkers turned into like currency exchanges.
Well, it says there's one 9 miles from me in Crestwood.
Okay.
I'm not
load
going
up the
there.
Car. Yeah. No. Are you fasting again?
I've not eaten since dinner last night.
Well, that's a fast in some circles.
So, yeah.
If you're still listening now, thank you. You're extremely loyal. An hour and 30 minutes in as we break down the fast food menu. But this, I saw everybody put lists out. I saw Mike Golick Jr. arguing with like robots about his list. Like people were taking this very seriously on the internet.
Did anybody that you came across have like the worst list you've ever seen? I
mean, I had some bad ones listed my way. It wasn't so much like this list. It's put it this way. It's hard to take that grid. I'm going to add it again if you're watching virtually. It's hard to take 4 of those that are all bad. But the people that put
Long John Silver's?
No, Starbucks. Like, really? You're going to sacrifice one of your food spots for coffee?
Some people eat their breakfast items, but they go every day. Is Dunkin' on that list?
I did not see Dunkin' on the list, no. But there's got to be another coffee.
If it's part of your routine, a daily routine, I could see putting it on there, even though I don't have Starbucks.
Somebody tweeted Jamba Juice, and I was like, you are Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice Moon.
Yeah. I might have hit the block button. I should hit the block with Jamba Juice.
Yeah. All right. What's the plan moving forward? 2 days a week, Monday, Wednesday?
Yeah, I think so. We got more merch coming next week too, which you and I are going to finalize at the end of this show. Corby and I are doing a show Friday, so that'll be up Friday. And then I think you and I come back, try and get an episode up on Monday, and then have another one on release Thursday at midnight.
A lot more to talk about. I'm going to bet WBC next week.
Yeah, that's on Fox too. I got to write something for the website. They're all excited about that. I think there's like 3 teams that could win it, honestly.
Good.
But we'll see. So college basketball, Corbin and I are going to break down the Saturday card on Friday. And then Joe and I should be back. I'm thinking we should tape either Sunday night or Monday morning and kind of like, that's kind of my vision, at least right now. Have like the Monday ride home and then the Thursday ride to work. I think that's good enough. It spaces it out enough and gives us time to breathe too.
Yep, no doubt. That's perfect. So back in the regular routine. Don't forget about us, YouTube and podcast form as well. And we'll have some news next week on some merch here on Chicken Dinner.